Hey Brick Maniacs, it's Lando here at another Designer's Studio episode. Today Dan is joining me with his all-new model, the M163 VADS.
It is the M163,
right? Cool.
You got it right, yes.
Nice.
So we've done a VADS before. It was an update pack to our M113. Update packs are add-on packs are kind of a thing of the past at Brickmania. It makes it difficult for us to try to keep the base model plus the add-on packs.
Right.
It also ends up costing the consumer a lot more because of all the parts that you have to take off the original model to build the add-on kit. So why not just give people the opportunity to buy the thing that they really want?
Right.
And we'll just do it less often. So we'll just rotate through different things. So here we are, Desert Storm month. Here is the Desert Storm VADS. So this is kind of like the pinnacle, the last, I wouldn't say gasp of this thing, but it was the last time this was really fielded in big numbers. So.
Yeah. Let's get a little 360 of this guy here. I'll let you take the driver's seat on that.
Well, the VADS, it's the Vulcan air defense system.
Yeah.
Vulcan being this 20mm cannon, it's the same cannon that's in like most of the U.S. military jet fighters from the 1960s to the present. They're still using it today. The exception being is that the F-35 actually is upgunned to a 25mm.
Oh dang.
Yeah. So, but basically the Vulcan air defense system was brought to Vietnam to be used as an anti-aircraft weapon. An anti-aircraft threat didn't really materialize, but they were fantastic point defense for convoys or for bases. This gun fired so much ammunition downstream that you'd be a fool to attack it at your own peril, because this thing just shot out such a volume of 20mm high explosive shells, and even there's even armored, anti-armor version of it. In Vietnam, they didn't use the radar. There was a ranging radar. It's a range only. It's not like a wide area radar. It's just for range. So they could basically zoom in on the target. By the time Desert Storm rolled around, it had a better upgraded radar system. You still have a guy sitting in there. It was fairly well automated, but you still had a gunner in there in the turret.
Okay.
It wasn't like radar control or remote control.
He's still pulling the trigger.
He's still pulling the trigger, but it was so computerized that
okay.
You're looking at different things. They even made a night vision version of this thing.
Oh, right on.
But they brought him over to Desert Storm. They were fantastic anti-armor vehicles too. So if like these things caught anything up, except maybe a main battle tank out in the open, they would basically be able to just destroy it with just sheer volume of firepower. So
unreal.
Yeah. So they were brought over to, like I said, brought over for Operation Desert Storm. Many of these went to Saudi Arabia. This particular one has its flotation skirts on it.
Sure.
So all of these M113s were designed to be amphibious. Problem is when you put this heavy gun and all the ammo in it, it tends to like not be as buoyant. So they had to put these side skirts on. You can actually, it is a desert environment. You can pull these things off. You'll see pictures of them in Desert Storm in Saudi Arabian field without them on it.
Okay.
But most commonly they were sent with their flotation devices intact. The color obviously was done in field. Has these printed. These are printed, not stickers. The Allied recognition system, the coalition, I guess is what they call it. Coalition recognition device, and the gun itself fully traversable. It does elevate the ranging radar.
Yeah, I love how that's integrated like that. That's so cool.
And you do get this one fantastically printed guy, which we should note, is this the first vehicle, this is in the Scorpion, I believe, are the first vehicles we've done this helmet?
Yep, yeah, we are debuting the CVC Combat Vehicle Crew helmet, debuting it on this kit and the Scorpion as well. And then you'll probably see it pretty common.
So our 3D printing wizards came up with this. That's a two-piece helmet, right?
Correct, yes. There's a base olive drab color underneath, and then you have that helmet shell on top.
We're gluing those together, are we not?
Yes, that's glued together.
Yeah, so it is a two-piece system, but you can take it apart, but you'll probably break it.
Don't try and take it apart.
Right.
Now they're going to try and take, I'm going to try and take it apart because I want to know. No, don't try. Yeah, so maybe down the road, this is kind of paving the way for future developments here. So that's cool. We'll be seeing this more and more common as we go.
Right. And people keep asking us, why aren't your 3D printed parts available separately? Well, one is because we keep putting them in our kits.
Right.
And it takes a lot of, that takes up 2 printers to make that one helmet.
So we are increasing capacities. We're working on different techniques of printing. So we're working on it. We've heard you, absolutely.
We've doubled our printing capacity. We've doubled it again. And at the rate we're going, we'll have doubled it again soon.
So we're working on some different solutions. So
Yeah.
we'll just leave it at that. The uniform is that really iconic of the era, desert, 6-color chocolate chip camo is what they refer to it because of all those little black and white little specks, kind of look like chocolate chips, I guess. But that's just, you would see that all over the battlefield. And from what I could tell, the Marines, the Army, they were kind of getting their gear from a very similar equipment pool. There were some variants that were specific to each unit, but you know, you would see soldiers in a lot of similar loadouts.
Yeah, and that whole thing happened so quickly. They were all sent over in like an emergency basis, wearing whatever uniform was on their back, and a lot of these uniforms are issued in field. So by the time the actual ground fighting started, they were all wearing the same, you know, uniform camouflage. But it didn't start that way. So you'll see lots of pictures from Desert Storm with, you know, especially the newspaper pictures. They're all wearing conspicuously non-desert uniforms.
Noticeable upgrade on this guy would be the pistol belt. So that's like that Alice pack web gear, or Alice gear. There's like a whole backpack system that's integrated with everything. But that pistol belt's some brand new artwork to really simulate that sort of, I don't know, webbing texture to it. So nice improvement there. Holster and pouch as well. So that kind of completes the minifigure for this.
Yeah, and there's a couple things on the model I probably should point out. The turret, of course, it does traverse the whole 360 as it should. You can pop that thing off.
Ooh, nice.
And get access to the inside here fairly easily. We'll pull the roof off. So you have your room inside for all your guys. There's just your driver up front. The commander sits on the bench in the back. I did put an ammo drum that was conspicuously missing from the VADS upgrade pack before. It just looked kind of funny. It was just a pedestal. I'm like, well, there should be an ammo drum under there. So I put it in here. You do have some interior details of the M113 itself. All hatches do open the way they're supposed to. There's even a little hatch in the hatch. So.
Peeking your head out the back.
Right, and the swim vane. This thing in the front is not just like a decoration on the front. It's a swim vane, and what it does is they deploy this when this thing's in the water. And it just keeps the front from barreling under the water, like submarining, I guess you'd call it. And it is fat. It is an extra flotation version on this one. So.
Is that a thicker version compared to like the ones without the side skirts?
Yeah. That's a special flotation. That's a flotation version of it. It's hollow. It's just full of air. It's just like added buoyancy. Yep. It looks kind of funny on the front of the vehicle, but that's what it is. And it's to help it be amphibious. This thing really isn't like a great swimmer. You know,
it can swim.
Right. It doesn't have water jets or anything, so it's pretty slow in the water, but it can traverse like streams and you know, swamps and things like that. So. They used them in Vietnam for great effect. And of course, you don't really need that in when you're out in the desert, but it helps to be prepared for anything.
Yes. All right, so this is sort of a quintessential piece of that Desert Storm era forces. Anything else you want to go over?
No, that's it. I mean, this is just part of the team.
Yep.
You know, Mary will be doing a separate video on her Scorpion. That's just coming right up.
All right, stay tuned, obviously, for more awesomeness to come. With that, that's the M163 VADS designed by Dan Siskind. Thank you very much for watching.